Well, hello there, everybody. I'm just trying to get my settings right because I didn't do that a while ago. And guess what? Well, the bad thing was that I deleted my Facebook Live. So, not going to do that this time. And I hope that if you have a few minutes, you'll let me just give you an update about a couple of things. If you're here, you are one of my friends on ARTitude Adjustment by mARTy Whitney. I'm mARTy Whitney, and first of all, I teach a class called ARTitude Adjustment for about the last 8 or 9 years. My husband and I sold everything. It'll be 12 years in October, and we are full-time RVers. I teach art at RV resorts, for manufacturers, for RV rallies, for resorts, for private parties, and I really enjoy doing that. I have decided to have a private page because it's gotten to where I do a lot of other commenting about things that don't have anything to do with painting on ARTitude Adjustment. So what we'll be doing on ARTitude Adjustment Society of Sassy Seniors are probably some art projects that will be very basic, and if you have any suggestions, you could make suggestions. It'll be strictly for people that would like to, actually I say that, it'll be strictly for seniors over 55 years old. If you are so lucky to be over 55 years old, you'll know that we have lots of fun. And if you know someone who is 55 or older who may not be having the amount of fun you think they should, just tell them about this page, and even if they don't paint, they can come on and have a good time. In my classes, I tell jokes. We do things like laugh yoga. We do things, and if you in my class, you're probably smiling right now. We do things like, we'll paint, but we also have opportunities to get to know each other a little better. Now, that is one of the key things about my program anyway. I like for people to get to know each other a little bit better. I like for them to make friendships they may not have made had they not been in the class, and to strengthen those friendships because they all enjoy laughing, talking, and occasionally getting away from their husbands if they're with them 24/7, which is the case if you are a full-time RVer. Now, that isn't bad. I've just celebrated our 30th anniversary. My husband and I were with family down in the Keys, and we enjoyed our time together and celebrated all of us together. So that was a fun time. So our family time is very important, but it's also time sometimes to have friendships. I usually in my classes, I will most likely not be painting a canvas. Now, we might paint, we've painted aprons, we've painted pillows. Let me see, I've got one right here. This is an example of a canvas pillow. And we've done larger, we've done smaller. So you could use this in your RV or your guest bedroom or something like that, just to decorate. Another thing that I'm doing right now, which is going to be a lot of fun, is a mailbox. Someone's asked me to paint a mailbox with some palm trees and flamingos on there, and so I'll be doing that. Then, you can't even imagine how hot it is here today. But we usually have storms in the afternoon, and that will kind of clear the the heat, maybe much as 10 or 15 degrees. This is an example of a small peace pole. This one was done to maybe put on the side of some landscaping, or it was done to put in a large flower pot with plants coming up beside it. But the Peace Pole Initiative is something that we've had a class in, and our people really enjoyed it. And they planted their peace poles by putting what do you call that iron bar, rebar. Put the rebar in their bottom, drilled it up into the peace poles so that the wood wasn't in the ground. And these are really nice gifts to give too, but if you look on in a gift page, I'm thinking some of the upscale gifts do vinyl wraps. These are hand painted on this, and they are also finished with 2 coats of polyurethane with a heavy UV protectant. So they'll stay outside for a long time, even in Florida heat. So this one has a solar light to it. Let me show you. Has a solar light, so at nighttime, it's really nice and inviting in your yard. So anyway, we probably will do one of these. So be on the lookout for about a 2x4. Is that how you say it? Anyway, this was an 8-inch piece of wood. 8-foot piece of wood. We'd cut it into 4 feet, and then this is half of that. So you can really get a lot for your, it's a good value if you'd start doing that. People love them though. Like I said, I do things other than canvases. And this is a birdhouse that I did. And we probably will be doing one of these in class because we haven't done them yet. Many of our birdhouses around here have been destroyed by squirrels, and they're not very respectful of babies, and so we need to replace them and make the place look a little nicer for their homes. Now, like I said, the closed group is ARTitude Adjustment Society for Sassy Seniors for seniors over 55. Now, I've had people in my classes that were in their 90s, and they loved it, and we enjoyed them being with us as well. In fact, the lady I'm speaking of is a portrait artist in Massachusetts, and she came to our resort with family, and you just can't imagine when she said she wanted to be in our class. I know that her portraits sell way in excess, almost $10,000 a piece, so it was kind of uncomfortable, but I realized that wasn't the most important thing about that class, was what we put out, what we draw, or what we paint. Of course, hers was beautiful, but it didn't matter, and she was 92 or 96, I can't remember now, but she was such a wonderful addition to the class, but everyone else is as well. Just if you give it a chance, a lot of times you'll discover that you have creativity within you. You have talents that God has given you, and you should use those even if you don't think you have them. How many of you love to get a handmade gift? Well, you would cherish some of the things that we have produced here. Now, there is no cost for the ARTitude Adjustment Society of Sassy Seniors page, so just feel free to join. You might feel that this is a community you'd like to just sit in and observe and maybe participate. I think we'll have an ability in here for you to make comments and to voice your opinion about things. We all at our ages definitely are entitled to our own opinions. Like I said, you don't have to paint. You might just want to observe what we're doing. I'll be coming on about 1 or 2 times a week. And in that, I probably will tell you some supplies that you'll need to get if you're interested in doing it. Or you might just want to, I haven't really decided on the how we'll handle that yet. This is something I haven't done before, is to open a private group, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. And if you'd like to share that we're doing this with friends of yours, please do. If you know someone who's a shut-in that might need a little friendship, share it with them. Someone that might have a downturned mouth and maybe need for it to go in the other direction, share it with them. It isn't just for artists, and it isn't just for people who, but one thing is that they probably will decide they could take another step in doing this. So, and go on to the next step. When we start out in the beginning of any class, there are always some things that you're just not sure of. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the ability to do it. But I guarantee you, and so will all of the members of our classes tell you, I didn't know I had the ability to do that, but I'm so glad that I did, and I got to have fun and meet a lot of new people, and it really wasn't costly. So if you're interested, I hope that I'll see you again. Maybe voice that on the page, and maybe you'll know a couple of people in there, and you're free to talk to them. So a call to action right now would be, if you enjoy painting, if you enjoy DIY, if you enjoy home decor, and the products I use, which are mostly acrylics, and I do use some gesso, and we'll be using some new products that I've just received from one of my favorite companies, DecoArt. DecoArt is one of the top leaders in producing craft painting and professional painting, and they have sent me a lot of things to use at no cost. So I'm really excited about that. Just don't know what I'll do with them yet. So just message me or send me an email. I appreciate you looking at this Facebook Live. It's a pleasure to, hopefully this one will be produced. Like I said, the first one that I did went to heaven, and it's there probably all scrambled up right now. Anyway, I'll learn how to do this a little more professionally as time goes by, or else it's gonna probably be the life of me if I don't. So thank you for being here. I'm so glad you're sassy, and I'm glad you're over 55, and I'll look forward to seeing you again. So y'all have a good day.